Hey, good day. Welcome back to Mike's Diabetes World. Well, another kind of wet day here in British Columbia. Current blood sugar is at 6.7, but we don't normally see this. We have an arrow going down. So you see, it's dropped to 6.2. One arrow means it's dropping fairly quick. It's dropping quickly. Calibration, I'm still in a majority of calibration. Don't need to calibrate until 11:30 or so for lunch. Amount of insulin left in me is 4.225. Got a basal rate going. It's kind of stopped now because we have the dropping. So the pump is trying to say, hey, we know you're dropping. We're going to try to do the best we can to stop it. So it doesn't give me any corrections, doesn't give me any basal rate. If we take a look, at 8:30, I gave 8.1 units. Now, usually by 10, I start to go up. So this may be the drop that I normally see earlier in the day. Interesting. Time and range? Oh, this is really getting boring now. 100%. Last 24 hours, I'm still at 100%, which is great, which is awesome. Nothing above 10, nothing below 3.9. It is a win day. Average blood sugar is 6.9. So in millimoles, and for the Americans again, times that by 18 and you'll get the number that you have in your values. Today, I want to talk to you a bit about conspiracy theories and type 1 diabetes. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. This channel is provided for informational purposes only. Contact your physician for any diagnostic or treatment plan. Now, we've kind of talked to you about conspiracy theories before, but you probably didn't realize we were talking about conspiracy theories. There is so much going on out there on the interweb, on the internet. God, I was thinking, I'm not going to say interweb, I'm not going to say interweb. And what do? I say interweb. My mind's going, I'm very old now. But we keep getting information on all these things that Big Pharma doesn't want you to know. Miracle weight loss. We know that up to 50% of type 1 diabetics are either overweight or medically obese. So they're going to attack you. Oh, yes. You want to have cinnamon for weight loss. Cinnamon, they've been pushing for years for cures. There's no evidence either way. There's some that say, okay, yes, but there's a lot that say, no, it doesn't really have that much to do. Conspiracy theorists want your money. You have experts in your corner. You have doctors, you have diabetic nurse, you have your education centers, you have dietitians, you may even have foot doctors. They're all based on medically sound principles. So why would you not get feedback of these individuals before you try any of these regimes? Just buy our secret formula that we'll sell to you on this video. Just watch to the end, and then the end comes and you don't really get anything. I've been approached about blueberries being the diabetic superfood, or strawberries being the diabetic superfood. For type 1 diabetic, any diet that's telling you on the whole to remove certain items you really have to wonder. So I go to the library, I check food diets. You can check if things sound too good. You can check in the negatives of X. So X being whatever you are wanting to discover. But conspiracy theories don't go off half-cocked. That's a saying from my time. But you really need to get an understanding and an ability for you to get better health. Now, I've mentioned one sort of hook they get you. Big Pharma doesn't want you to know, like it's some miraculous secret that, Big Pharma doesn't want you to know because they won't be making money. Think about that. Just think about that whole saying. Yes, they have a right to merchandise their products, but I truly don't believe that they're out there trying to spend millions just to shut us up and keep us on insulin. I've seen that. I've seen stories where a chiropractor just told a family, he can stop taking his insulin. I'll just do corrections on him and he'll be fine. That boy died. And it was all to make the buck. Now, I think in the States, it's medical's a lot more prevalent and a lot more expensive. You think, I don't want to go see a doctor and have to pay. I'm going to try all these home cares. And the 60s and early 70s gave birth to holistic care, and holistic care and diabetes care can go hand in hand. You're still going to need insulin. That's a life hormone that you do not produce, or you produce very little. Anyone who tells you you don't need to take insulin, I shut off that video right away. Now, a lot of times it may be talking about type 2, but if they're saying they're talking about type 1, I turn it off. Saying that you don't need insulin unless you've had At this state of taping this video, you have had a stem cell. I couldn't think of the word, sorry. And your body's producing insulin again. Awesome. But that's the only time. And it's usually a doctor. If it's anyone who isn't a doctor, who has not seen you, stay away. Stay away from any of those programs. There's a video circulating online where a guy says he's cured his type 1 diabetes, and it's all from exercise and eating right. And no, I'm sorry. No matter what you eat, your body's going to convert it into sugar. A lot of things have a lot of little boosts of sugar, which you can survive on. Lower carb diets can contribute to diabetes care. However, you're still going to need some carbs. So all these people who are online and saying, I stop eating carbs. Well, if you've stopped eating carbs, you die. You may have stopped eating processed carbs, which I'm all for, which are chips, which are fries, which are burgers, and you've gone back to home-cooked meals and salads. But you're still going to have dressings. You're still going to have fats and proteins, which if that's all you're doing, you're going to need to modify insulin, but talk to your doctor. In all aspects of diabetes care, insulin is still the only thing that we have found that works. And the dreams of getting yourself off type 1, I had an itchy eye, sorry. Getting off insulin is a pipe dream. You're going to have to continually take the insulin. Your choice of what you eat, how much exercise you get, how you take care of your feet, wounds, your eyes, all goes back to insulin and how you're taking your insulin and the amount of insulin you're taking. You're not taking too much, you're not taking too little. But there are people who think that they can get, excuse me. Yes, I'm getting low, so we'll wrap this up shortly. Tell you that they have the magical cure that will solve your diabetes, will solve your weight, or any contributory of diabetes. Get it checked out. Go to your doctor. Go to your diabetic nurse, your diabetes education center. In Canada, they're sponsored by our provincial pharmacare programs. They're not done by big companies. Learn before you start. If your doctor says they want you to go onto the pump, learn about it before you do it. Find out the pros, find out the cons, and make a decision for you with the advice of your doctors on what will work for you. Don't go just say, hey, this looks good. Yes, I read, okay, I'll just send him money for his magical program. Get it checked out first. Don't fall for conspiracy theories that could end up harming you. And with that, have a great day, and we'll talk later. Bye now. My email is mikesdiabetesworld@gmail.com. mikesdiabetesworld@gmail.com.